I wanted to start taking on guests more, and I announced that on a recent episode. And I said, I'm going to do it after Compact Keywords is released. But I'm like, oh, Vova just got off, or Vova just finished a 100 video streak. For how many days in a row?
Yeah. Oh man, I don't even know. I've been doing it every day since I told you I'm going to do it every day. And somehow every day I increase the volume of the videos I make. I think I told you this all the time. So I started with 1 per day, and then I started doing 2 per day. And after 2 days of doing that, you send me a message and tell me, dude, if you want to make it, you have to make 2 per day. And I told you, I'm already doing that. Then I started making 3 per day out of boredom, and it felt lame to go back down to 2. Then I started doing 4 per day, and it felt lame going down to 3. Now I'm making 5 to 6 per day, and it feels dumb to go, back. And I think, I don't know, when did I start? Like 20 days ago, 23 days ago, maybe.
I think it was more than a month ago. I think it was more than a month ago. There's no way you made 100 videos in 23 days. Did you?
I made those videos in about a month. Maybe like, yeah. That's something I can check the dates.
It feels longer, but yeah, maybe it was like, I feel like it was before I went to Lithuania, but that's wild that your output is so, I love it, because when my product comes out, I'm going to be doing that nonstop. And I've done that before. And every time I do it, it's great. I grow so fast. So I guess like a month and a half ago, I told you about my Formula One idea. And I'm like, look, Formula One is this like super hot market. No one is taking social video for it seriously. I had some people who listened to my rant about this on the show, and they did it. And one of them, it went really well for this guy, Coop. What was it? What was his name?
Cooper.
Yeah. It was like Formula Coop or something.
Formula Coop.
Yeah. And he got 12,000 followers on IG in a month and then just stopped. And I'm like, look, Vova, there's so much money in F1. No one's taking it seriously. It's this. And I was looking at Google Trends, and the niche is just, the searches are just going up. The interest is just going up. And I thought, like, I want to see someone take this seriously and live vicariously through them, because I can't do everything. And this is like a niche that I just think there's so much potential in. I mean, I have so many friends in Singapore right now who just saw Formula One. And like, these are friends who are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, this is like, the Formula One hype is real. I believe there's a lot of money in it, not just for the drivers, as you have told me. You've told me like,
we can argue about that, but yeah, later on.
Okay. But anyway, so you're like, you just finished 100 videos in a row, and you keep telling me how much you learned. And I want to hear about what you have learned, because I think people listening or watching might also be interested in what you've learned. Like for me, I'm always making videos, but now I've been doing it for 2 years in a row. So the perspective of someone who was like fresh, that's a valuable perspective. And the things that you do have me rethinking the things that I'm doing. All right, enough of me.
All right. Well, first of all, before I even tell you what I learned, I just want to express my gratitude to you personally, dude, because you've been there for me from day one. You answer all my questions, even though I know I sometimes send like 100 in a row, and they're probably like, obvious ones, but I need to know. You always been there for me in this. You always supported that, and I'm ultra grateful for that, and I will never forget it. Even more, I will always remember it. Legit. So a lot of my success, quote unquote, if you can call it, because my success right now is just posting 100 videos, right? Goes to you, bro. And I highly appreciate it.
Thank you. You have some followers. You have some people who pay attention to you. Dude, your videos, Absolutely. Every single video of yours gets thousands of views. And you're a month in.
Most of them, yeah.
When I was a month in, I was lucky if my videos would get like 300 views. Or less. So, no, dude, what you've done is impressive. Your videos look great. They get engagement. You're growing.
Yeah, so listen, first of all, you know, but most people don't know, this wasn't my first iteration. This wasn't the first time I told you, Edward, I'm going to make 100 videos. And the first time I made those 100 videos, you know, you remember how I used to make them, and you told me that they suck, and I couldn't understand why.
How did you used to make them?
I would just
wait. How long ago? How long ago was this?
Last August, I think.
I want to share the story. No, it was before that. All right, I want to share the story. So Vova and I, we met in Warsaw in, I guess, like February of last year. I think it was because it was the beginning of last year, 2023. And you saw me. We met through through our mutual friend Elad, and you saw me putting up videos every day. And you're like, "That's cool. That looks fun. Like, I want to do that." But you had all of your scripts written with ChatGPT, and I told you they were not engaging and they were bad, and you didn't relent. You're just like, I'm going to keep making scripts with ChatGPT, and so you just had these awful mechanical scripts written by ChatGPT, and you read them and you used eye tracking, so it kind of looked like you were looking at the camera, which was good, but the scripts were so bad. And your execution wasn't that bad, but the scripts were so bad. And I'm just like, Vova, this isn't going to work. And you did, I think, I don't know how many videos. You actually gave it
200.
200. Yeah, you did 200.
2 per day.
And you had one video go viral in the Bahamas? Where was it?
No, in Trinidad.
Yeah.
Dude, the story goes like, with Trinidad goes like this. So I checked where my viewers are coming from on all of the terrible videos I made. And I noticed that 35% of them are coming from Portugal and 35% from Trinidad. Like, what the hell is Trinidad? And I go in and I check, and I see it's a 1.5 million population country where the main language is English. And I send it to you, and you just say, make a video about Trinidad. So I did.
My babysitter growing up was from Trinidad.
Really?
Yeah, it's a legit place.
It's a legit place. It exists.
Yeah.
It exists. And so I made a video, and I thought about what am I going to do in the video. So instead of making a video about 5 reasons why Trinidad is amazing, I did a video about 5 reasons why people in Trinidad are amazing. Because people always have like an emotional connection with their country, whether it's good or bad. You know, I love my country, but the taxes. But everybody wants to hear about how good they are. So I made a video about 5 reasons Trinidad people are amazing. The video itself wasn't that good. Like, the cuts were not good. It was kind of slow. It went viral in Trinidad. I think literally half the population saw the video. It had like 600,000 or 700,000 views. Gazillions of likes. People were inviting me to Trinidad to come back again to Trinidad. I shot the video from Warsaw, you know? And by the way, I don't think I told you this. Maybe I did, but that script was also ChatGPT generated.
I could tell. Actually, I just had some inspiration. I want to write this down. You were like, what did you say? People resonate with like their people, or how did you say it?
Yeah, because people like when you strike their ego, right? So if I make a video about how amazing Trinidad is, you know, I will get a bunch of comments on, oh, it's not that good, or yeah, it's amazing. But when I say how amazing the people in Trinidad are, you're like, oh, everybody like, oh, of course, I'm amazing. I would like to hear more compliments about how amazing
Dude, so here's what I want to do. I'm going to make a video. I want to make several videos about why people in marketing or digital marketing, because those are the people who watch my videos are why these people are amazing. That's what I want to do. I want to make videos.
It's a good idea.
Why people in digital, 5 reasons why people in digital marketing are the best people ever.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm a digital marketer, and if I'm a digital marketer, and I think if I came across that hook, I would listen. It's directly related to me, and that's why I make my videos for.
Absolutely, 100%. So after this journey, or this experiment, let's call it, of 200 videos with one viral video that was completely unrelated to what I was doing, I stopped. It doesn't even matter what I did after that, but you gave me this Formula One idea in a point in my life where I was just waiting to jump on something, you know, just go for the jugular and put all of myself into this. And 100 videos later, I said, I will make a decision whether I'm making a switch, okay, or I will make another 100 videos. And yesterday I decided I'm going to go for 100 more. not necessarily because I like Formula One and not necessarily because I see the potential that you see. Okay. Even though I do, but partially, and we can talk about it in a second, but I still think I have more left to learn. Because right now I have 2 editors working for me doing the edits. So this is how I can make more videos every day.
I want to know, what was your workflow like, I guess 2 or 3 weeks ago, and what is it like now?
Bro, 2 or 3 weeks ago, wake up in the morning, go to the studio here. I even got this, by the way, whoever is watching, Edward told me to get this hat. He just told me to get a hat.
It's a great touch.
All right, I'll get a hat.
It's a great touch.
It's a perfect touch. And by the way, when I came to the studio, my friend showed me this Lego Formula One Lego car that his girlfriend gave him. Okay. And I was like, what are the chances? You know, because he doesn't like Formula One at all, but it was right here.
I actually couldn't tell that it was a Lego car. So you'll have to make it more prominent in your videos.
For sure. It's not very well framed. You're right. Maybe I'll actually put it here or something. So yeah, I would wake up. I would write some scripts in the night before, just search for some topics. You know, there's a gazillion.
And to be clear, now you're putting out 5 videos a day.
Yeah, at least. I had a day when I made 8. You know, I actually had a bunch of days when I shot like 8 or 7 videos.
My record, and this was like February last year, I think I did 9 videos in a day, and then one of them got like 1.7 million views, and I repost that video every couple of months, and it always goes viral. I literally reposted it this morning, and it's going viral again. So funny.
Bro, you are legit my inspiration in this.
Thank you.
Nobody else. Like, literally, you're like, I should build a podium for you here or something.
You know?
Yeah, I would just write a bunch of scripts the night before, wake up in the morning, come to the studio, record. The studio is a new thing, by the way. Before that, I would just record from my computer, you know, all of my first videos from some simple computer from my room. But going to the office actually makes me feel more dedicated. I have a much better lighting here. There's like a whole setup around here that my friend helped me set up. Yeah, I finished, and then I would just go to the office upstairs, edit the videos, and post them. That was my workflow then. Now, I'm virtually doing the same. The only difference is that when I go to the office, I just send my videos to the editors, and I review the videos that they sent me from the day before. And actually 2 days ago, I started looking for a script writer. So this way I can have somebody to write the scripts, and I can come to the office and to the studio, and I can make like 10, maybe 15 videos a day, because I want the next 100 videos to put me more in a management creation position and not necessarily of doing everything myself. And I want to make the next 100 videos much faster. So I say in the best case scenario, 10 days, worst case scenario, 20 days, either 10 per day or 5 per day. That's the general idea.
Do you read all the comments you get?
Dude, I even read the filtered comments. I approve most of them.
Also, how much, so you have 2 editors, where are they based and how much do you pay them each?
Wow, okay, one of them is, I'm not sure where he's from. I think he's Ukrainian, but he's based in North Cyprus. I pay him $7 per video. And the other guy, you're not gonna believe me if I even tell you, but he's based in Ukraine. I pay him $3 per video. And it's weird because Upwork doesn't allow you to pay somebody less than $5 per project. So I have to pay him, you know, every time for 2 projects, at least $6. I thought about using this at some point if I switch as a case study. And the headline or the premise would be, how did I create a super successful Formula One channel without knowing anything about the sport, without ever watching a single race from A to Z, and without even having a driver license. I don't have a driving license, dude. That making content about Formula One. I never watched a single race, but apparently you don't have to.
Dude, okay. So this is why I love it. It's because I always talk on the show about what I call the curious learner bias, which is if you're learning, just learn about something, talk about what you're learning, and the more people see you talking about it, the more people are going to perceive you as an expert in it. And you don't have to be an expert in it. Anyone who is learning anything, if they eventually want to be seen as a reputable person in that field as they are learning it, talk about that. Talk about what they are learning and make videos, because videos right now, they're just pushed out nonstop everywhere. And so make videos about what you are learning, and eventually you will be seen as an expert in that field, even if you are not an expert. And hopefully you will become an expert. You will keep going deep, keep going hard, and become an expert. But that's what you're doing. And that's why when people are thinking of Formula One, they're starting to think of Formula, what's your name?
Formula Feldman.
Formula Feldman. That's why they're starting to think of Formula Feldman.
Yeah. Actually, you helped me to come up with this.
No, you came up with that name. That's a great name.
Did I? I think it was both of us
together. It was both of
us
together. But, anyway. But it was both of us together, but you texted me one day, Formula Feldman. And I'm like, that's brilliant. Because you could actually pivot the account and still keep the name. That name can be used for anything.
I didn't tell you, Ian, I don't think you're checking, but my Instagram is growing too.
No, I checked. I saw.
It was so slow.
It was.
You saw it? I had my first 20,000 views like yesterday.
I didn't see that. What's your followers at?
Followers? 40, nothing, like 48. Yeah. But I was stuck at one.
You went up.
I was stuck at one follower for like 3 weeks. Then somebody else added me, and then he removed me the next day. So I went up 100% and went down 50% in one day. Step by step. On YouTube, I think I almost have 200. I have a bunch of videos with over 10K views, maybe one with 15. Listen, it's not ultra viral, but I'm happy. I love doing it, dude. What I learned the most, that I love doing this, not necessarily the Formula One, but just this, creating videos, creating content, like the whole process. It's awesome. It's really, really awesome. I can't believe I didn't do it a long time ago.
When I told you this idea, I said to you, this was before you even started making videos. And I'm like, are you interested in Formula One? You're like, not really. And I'm like, would you be interested in Formula One if you were making money from it? And you're like, yeah. And I still believe that if you were monetizing and you started making money from this niche, you would be happy, and then you would find ways to grow it with your brand, and that would be exciting to you. And I think you were just dramatically underestimating the amount that Formula One influencers can make. I think you were just so hugely underestimating it, because you were becoming an influencer in F1. And drivers are influencers in F1, but that doesn't mean that like the content creators, the F1 content creators, aren't also highly valued influencers. And that's what you are. And by the way, your idea, so I said to you yesterday, I'm like, you should sell merch. And you're like, so what? I should just like have an affiliate link for Formula One merch? I'm like, no, you have your own brand. You are growing the brand. You have merch for your own brand. And and look, merch isn't the greatest monetization strategy, not at all. But it's just something that I wish I had done. I wish I had started monetizing my content sooner. I was just making it for fun at the beginning, but I just wish I had started monetizing it sooner. And so just have something to sell and then like learn about what content converts.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea, and I won't even do it for the money. I will just do it for the learning experience, right? To see how I can monetize what I'm doing, whether it's affiliate links, whether it's affiliate links to tickets, whether it's even merch. You know, it's still a big experiment for me. You know, it's still a big learning experience for me as well. And about the part where you say there is a lot of money in Formula One, I agree. I just don't think that I can grow even at the pinnacle, even if I have 1 million followers or 10 million or 5 million followers. Okay, I still don't think that I can outcompete the real influencers of the field. Because if I do something in the niche where I'm a pro, which is business and courses and marketing and all that stuff, you know what I know. I have a field. I can imagine myself being as big as Neil Patel, right? But in Formula One, I will never be one of the biggest, because the biggest ones are the actual drivers, are the players. It's if I would make content about NBA, I will never be as big as LeBron or the other top 200 NBA players. You understand? So this is where I'm coming from. For example, in UFC, in MMA, there is a big channel. I used to follow these guys from day one. They're called MMA On Point. They have over 1 million subscribers. I used to follow them since they had like maybe 200 subscribers. they will never be bigger than any of the stars in UFC. They will never be bigger than the main UFC channel. You understand what I'm saying? They will always stay in this zone of the commentators.
You know, I disagree with that. I originally was going to say I agree with that, but let me tell you, Vova, here's why you're wrong. Drivers and athletes, they come and go, but the brands that report on the sport, they don't, they stay. They have a lot more longevity than the athletes. And so I think you're really wrong. Also, you are a very talented marketer. And I think what happens with these fields is, and you see this in any field, it's the people who are making content about it, who are starting these brands, are people who just genuinely find the stuff interesting, rather than like operators who know what people want and who know how to make things that can be discovered and things that are seen. And so I think you coming into this field from an operator's perspective will allow you to get traction a lot better, a lot faster, and grow also a lot faster. And look, eventually, maybe you're going to outsource yourself. Maybe you're going to have more Vovas running around reporting on F1, and then you're going to be doing other sports. And it's going to change like that. And F1 is going to be the starting point. But like, dude, you are an operator and you're telling me to, because look, here's what I ended up doing. And I'm not going to say on whether or not this was a mistake, because the worst thing that I believe, and I said this, I think, on yesterday's episode, is like the worst thing is shiny object syndrome and getting distracted and trying a bunch of different things, when in that amount of time, if you had just stuck with that one thing, you would have been way more successful. But like, if I went back 2 years, would I have picked the niche marketing? I don't know. I can kill it in any industry. And like, I was just talking about marketing because it's what I love and that's what I know. And I actually started just talking about doing marketing for several of my projects, and I still talk about that all the time. But like, it's just seeing the growth that I've experienced. I think that if I was in another niche, instead of marketing where it is hyper competitive with other savvy marketers, I think if I was in another niche, it would just be like, it would be way, way, way easier to create a brand, to grow, to monetize, to do everything, because I am competing with other tremendous marketers. Now, I believe I'm one of the best out there. I hope the people listening think that too. Even if you don't, thanks for listening. But like, I still have crazy competition. And if you are in a field that is not digital marketing, your digital marketing competition is probably not as savvy as you. And that's what I don't think you appreciate. And I also think that you can start in F1 and get into other industries.
Look, I will answer you from the end. Yeah, obviously, this is what I am generally thinking: to start in F1, build it as a case study, okay, and then switch to something else that is not sports.
See, and I think that's dumb. I think that's stupid.
And now, regarding the competition, look, bro, I'm not scared of competition. I won at the biggest level when I was in my home country with tremendous competition, and I brought my company to be the best in the industry. So competition means nothing to me. It only means to me that there are other people doing it and it's worth the time. So saying that, oh, there is no competition in Formula One and you can do it, means nothing to me, bro. Like, it's not I honestly think that losers look for places with no competition just to make life easier. I'm not looking for this to be easy. But you said something. You said talking about marketing.
I think that's false.
Hold on.
Okay, fine.
You started talking about marketing because you said you loved marketing. I don't love Formula One at all. At all. It's not interesting to me, dude. Like, the drama is a little bit interesting. The cars are a little bit interesting. But let me take you back to the beginning of our conversation. I haven't watched a single race from the beginning till the end. 4 minutes maybe. Okay? So for me, in any case, this is a case study. For me, in any case, I don't see all the monetization options that you're seeing. I do see there's a lot of money in the sports. NBA has a lot of money too. Who makes it? The teams and the players. Okay. I do see myself in other industries
That's
as
not true.
competitive
That's
as
not
they
true, though.
are.
That's not true, though.
Okay. I'm not from America. I don't know a lot about NBA, but I assume. But I do see myself in any other industry that I want. I can dominate it. And for me, the Formula One is basically proving myself right. So I take something I have no knowledge about. I take something that doesn't really interest me, and I don't even have I don't have a freaking driving license. Uh, and I can dominate in it. For me, it's just to prove to myself that I can do it. And that's it. Because just like you said, I believe I can dominate in any niche, just a matter of effort and time. Yeah, and I just don't see the potential you're seeing in Formula One. I see the potential in the sport. I just don't really see the potential for myself. And I'm not looking to be a world-renowned commentator of a sport I don't like.
Look, I get
That's
it.
my bottom
If you
line.
can't stand it, then you shouldn't be doing it. But I do think like you are a good enough operator that you can quickly start outsourcing yourself, get a team. And I think the biggest thing is like you just don't really realize that you think that all the money is only going to the drivers, and that's just not true. Like, and it's not the case in the NBA at all, that the athletes are the only ones getting the money, because there's so many different brands and businesses that are associated with the NBA. I mean, dude, I know several people who run family offices for NBA players. And then that money goes to them, and now they're making investments, and they're also taking stakes of those businesses, and they're making a lot of money from that. Or there's people who have shoe businesses that are affiliated with the NBA. And I barely know anything about the NBA. This is like stuff that I know from meeting people and listening to podcasts. But like, dude, with a major sport, there are so many different businesses attached and so many opportunities attached. And I also think, and I want to say this to anybody who's listening, also who might be like feeling frustrated, especially if you're going at something alone where you just have to answer to yourself. The grass is always greener. There are always road bumps, pun kind of intended. There are always road bumps, but the grass is always greener. There will always be times that it is hard and you wish you were in a different niche. And then there will be times where it's fun and it's easy and you're happy. And then it will get hard again. You wish you were in a different niche. And like, you always see there's this opportunity, and then there's this opportunity, and then there's this opportunity. And like, you just see it, if you see it from so many people. And for me at least, the best lever to actually like be like crazy successful is to stick with something, build a brand, build top of mind awareness, and all these crazy opportunities that you didn't even know existed will come to you. And that's genuinely what I believe. Now, I'll tell you again, if you can't stand Formula One, quit today. Like, dude, if you can't stand it, quit today. Because like, but if you can stand it enough that at a certain point you might be able to outsource yourself and then get more people and actually turn this into a real brand, then I think it's worth sticking with. Like you said, you are a great operator and you can kill it in any industry. Well, there's lots of money in sports. And like, even if you're not that interested in sports, you still know how to run a great business and start a great business and get attention and get views. So, all right, that's my,
Look, I agree with what you said. I think everything you say is correct. I can sum it up with persistence beats resistance. Obviously, something you persist enough and you do it enough and you really give it all you have and not just lie to yourself, oh yeah, I tried. Because most people, they say that they try something, they didn't really try anything. You can succeed in whatever you want. Do I hate Formula One? No, just don't really like it. That's it.
what are some other opportunities that you see?
Anything else I'm good at. Marketing, business, educational businesses. I have a clear path of how I can make it in that industry. So in any case, I'm using the Formula One as a case study for myself and also something I can present later on. Just like the guy you actually sent me, I forgot his name, the famous Instagram guy that talks about content. You had a story about him. I forgot his name.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Gary Vaynerchuk?
No, not Gary V. He's a smaller dude. Hold on, let me find him. I seen you recommended him on your. Yeah, it's Coach Mike.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Coach Mike. Yeah. So what did Coach Mike do?
He shared one of my stories.
He built
on his stores.
Yeah, I saw that. And so what did he do? He created 2 unrelated brands, channels that unrelated to what he's doing, and then he just pivoted to what he likes. So I take inspiration from that.
Wait, did he do that?
I have no problem.
What did he do? What did he do?
He has few other, or at least 2 other
All right, so
Instagram
first
channels.
I want to share who Instagram Mike is. Instagram Mike, he posts just how to grow on Instagram. He's making around $600,000 a month now, and he shares his revenue, and he makes really good content. And it's just about how to grow on Instagram and how to monetize. And it's specifically Instagram. He has 250,000 followers on TikTok too, but he hasn't posted in months. And I was watching his earliest videos, and I saw how they changed. And so he's very great at what he does. He niches down heavily, very, very heavily. And he makes Instagram Mike on Instagram. You can look him up. He's great. But so you said he started with something else?
So yeah, he had a few other channels on Instagram. One of them is like a nutrition channel. The other one I can't recall. Maybe he has more.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude. So he started from that, and now he's using this as a case study to show people, hey, I made a nutrition channel, so this is why you should trust my content making information, because I made it in other industries as well. So when I saw that, I say, okay, I can do the same with Formula One. Okay. And so I took my inspiration from him as well, doing specifically that. But it's still not time to pivot anyway, because I still don't have the amount of followers, to say, okay, I built a big channel, even though I have some videos with a nice amount of views.
I just want to understand this. So you want to this is your strategy. You want to get your channel to a point where it has a good amount of followers and recognition, and then just ditch it and start something else. You want to put in the work to build a brand, and then be like, all right, and not even monetize it, and then be like, all right, that was cool. Let me do it again.
No, man. What I want to do is I want to build it to a point where I can, like you said, outsource myself when other people can run it. Okay, maybe I won't even be the face of it anymore because I honestly don't care. And then, in the meantime, start building something that I do like, not ditching this one yet, and have them both. That's it. Or if at some point I say, this doesn't worth my time, because you can have 500 followers on a channel and make $10,000 a month, and you can have 100,000 followers on a channel, and you can make $1 million a month. So obviously, I would like the second option. So if it doesn't make any sense, yeah, of course I'll ditch it. Not without looking back for a second.
Dude, I think you should just try to monetize ASAP. Try to monetize as soon as possible. Just like start putting out offers, like look at like what is selling in your niche. Just start putting out, just try to monetize the brand ASAP. And because look, right now you're putting out enough content that you can have some content that's about selling and then other content that's about brand building. So you could because you're doing 5 videos a day, so you can mix it up now. And I think when you hit 1,000, I don't know if it's still like this, but it was like this, I guess, a year ago.
You can put a link.
Yeah,
right?
when you hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, you can put a link. I don't know what the deal is with Instagram.
Maybe I need another Trinidad video.
But dude, you don't even need to do that. Like, so what I share this trick on the show. This is what I do. No one else thinks of this. And what I do is I just buy cheap domains that are alliterations or that are memorable. And then I say them they're memorable, and I say them in my videos, and then they go to my offering, or they go to an affiliate product or something like that. Compactkeywords.com, that goes to my product, or reusevideo.com, that goes to an affiliate product, it goes to repurpose.io, and I'm their biggest affiliate and one of their biggest power users. I love that tool. But I got reusevideo.com for that. I have AIpodcastmatcher.com that goes to another one. And I just, so you could also do something like that. You don't even need to put a link in your bio.
That's a great idea. I'll do that.
And what will you sell?
Have to think about it.
Got to figure it out.
I'm thinking maybe tickets, but people who wanna go to a Formula One events, they will go to the main website and buy tickets.
I think
But
you're
yeah,
thinking.
for sure.
I think you're thinking about it wrong. I think you could have like some beautiful piece of content. That's so like there's this channel. It's called Accidentally Wes Anderson. Wait, you read Content Inc. or did you not?
Content Inc.
I recommended this
What's
book. I always recommend this book, Content Inc. Oh man, it's such a great Content Inc. It like literally
Content
defined
Inc.
the curious learner bias, and the guy who wrote Content Inc. invented the term content marketing. The guy
Joe
who wrote
Paluzzi?
this book, yeah, Joe Paluzzi. So you and get the
Paluzzi.
second edition one. I actually know the guy who wrote the third edition one, but the third edition one talks about NFTs. Don't get that one. Get the second edition one.
Oh.
I met him at a blockchain event in New York, and it was during the NFT hype, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm writing the third edition one with Joe, and it's going to be about NFTs." And at the time, like everyone was talking about NFTs, and now NFTs are like, nope. But this guy recommended Content Inc. to me, and I read it, and it was honestly just a game changer marketing read. I always talk about Content Inc. Content Inc. second edition. And so he has several sections in there, but a really big meaty one about content monetization strategies. And he gives lots of examples. So dude, you could skip everything else in the book and literally just get the book for the monetization section. And he talks about all the different ways to monetize content. The guy sold his business for like $40 million. And it was a content business, and he sold it for $40 million. And he invented content marketing. I think it was like he had like the Content Marketing Institute or something. He was very early on with content marketing. So he like created the phrase content marketing. But like he talks about all the different ways that you can monetize content, you can monetize brands, you can monetize channels. And he gives lots of examples. And like one of them is just this channel called Accidentally Wes Anderson. And they post all these pictures and videos in the Wes Anderson style on Instagram and TikTok. And I follow them because they put up really good stuff. And they have all these books and videos, and they have so many different ways that they monetize. And it's like, you might hear something like that. Okay. Like, or, I'll give like another example, bro. Like, you don't know this friend. So when I was living in Kiev, I met this guy. I won't say his name, but maybe he'll come on the show. And 10 or 12 years ago, he started a business streaming music for pets on YouTube. Did I tell you about him?
No way.
Yeah. So so like 10 or 12 years ago, he started a business
cool.
streaming music for pets on YouTube. And if you met this guy 12 years ago and you're like, what do you do? And you're like, well, I'm actually, I'm going to start this business streaming music for pets on YouTube. You'd be like, okay, haha, good luck. You're like, you wouldn't be,
good luck, buddy.
You wouldn't be rude or condescending, but in your mind, you'd be like, that's ridiculous. Well, he sold his business. I think it was like last year, he sold it for tens of millions of dollars. And he didn't take any funding, so no investors. Before that, like he owns all these Rolexes, all these apartments in the UK. And he's a complete killer. So all I'm saying is like, man, there's so many ways to monetize content brands. And like, dude, you're in F1 where all the billionaires in the world get together and to hang out. And like, man, come on. There's not enough money in F1.
No, I'm saying there is a lot of money in F1. I just think it flows to certain directions, which is not necessarily to influencers. But again, I'm making another 100 videos. I will take it as a test. I will take it as a test to monetize this content, the next 100 videos, and we'll see. That's it.
We're going to agree to disagree on that because I think you can make so much money in F1
and I will definitely check out the book you recommended.
I will even Content Inc. second edition.
Second edition. Hold on, let me just
by Joe Paluzzi.
Second edition. Okay, the orange one, yeah?
Yeah. So, okay, before we go, what are some of the biggest things that you learned about making content that people want to watch?
Wow, dude. What are some of the biggest things? Well, first of all, like I told you before, persistence beats resistance. It has nothing to do specifically with the content, but if you're not persistent, it will just not work. Okay, and I think from a mindset point of view, you can't allow yourself, especially in the beginning, to skip even one day. You know, I think Michael Jordan said that if you skip practice one time, then
Dude,
you're risking this to become a habit.
You don't know this. I'm actually sick right now. Like, I have a super sore throat, a really like stuffy runny nose. And I'm like,
Exactly.
I agree. Vova and I were going to do a podcast and I'm doing this thing every day. Like,
exactly.
someone just
And
commented on LinkedIn saying like, this guy Edward goes so hard. He literally flew out of the place he was in to avoid a flood to go to Warsaw just so he wouldn't miss his posting streak.
Yeah. That's the way. That's the way, dude. It's like I told our mutual friends when he complained to me about something, I told him, you know what, man? What I like about you is that maybe you bitch a lot, but you never bitch out. So this is what I'm saying. You can feel bad, you can feel good, you can feel happy, you can feel sad, you can be sick, you can be healthy. Doesn't matter. Put out the content. If you promise yourself you're going to put out 2 videos a day, 1 video a day, 10 videos a day, keep the promises you make to yourself. It's extremely important. That's number 1 for sure. Number 2 is do whatever you can to improve from video to video. I did it a lot in the beginning. Every video I looked, okay, so my head was way too close to the top. Next time I have to sit lower. The lighting was bad because the color was different. Let's change the lighting. And then after every video, I wrote down what I learned. I stopped doing that because there was just too many videos. And then I started doing it after like every 10 videos, right? Always try to, how do you say it in English? Improve the process. Iterate, exactly. Get better equipment, a little bit better lighting. I mean, dude, I started from my parents' room in their apartment when I was in my home country, right? Now I'm in a studio. I have all the gear I want. Dude, I even have like a Komodo Dragon Netflix level camera here. I will never use it because it's an overkill, but I have everything I need and more.
You want to see something cool? Actually, I learned this a few weeks ago. So if you scroll up and you see your green, so you're on a Mac, you see your green recording button.
Yeah.
Click it and then click portrait.
Nothing happens.
When you click the green button, if you click portrait, you do not see, like, if you click the green button, you should see.
Yeah.
And then click portrait. Yeah.
Done.
And now click, look how the background is all blurry.
Okay.
It looks all nice. And now click studio light. Now click studio light.
Cool.
I think no studio light.
But I like
better.
this one better.
Yeah, but I like the blur.
Yeah, because I'm in a real studio with real light.
You don't need it. But I'm a fan of the blur. Maybe you're not, but I'm a fan of the background blur.
Some other things I learned, and I think it was you who told me that many times. You told me that the hook is the most important thing. So my number 1 priority in every video I make is to hit the hook as best as I can. And I tried your templates a lot in the beginning, like this is crazy, but XYZ. I did a bunch of my own ones. I read the book you sent me from Mr. Beast. I like how he takes like the whole process, you know, the first 3 minutes, the first 6 minutes. I just tone it down to our style of content. So instead of the first 3 minutes are the most important, in our case, is the first 5 seconds, right? Just scale it down. I realized that people like to talk a lot about drama. Like a lot of my successful videos is just some drama and crap that's going on in Formula One. This is the cool thing about sports, actually, about any type of sports. There's always some drama. Something said something to somebody. You know, when people have to pick sides, it's always more exciting. That's actually how I got into UFC, for example, from the beginning. You know, because it always was on television, it wasn't interesting. And then Conor McGregor came and he created a whole lot of drama, and it was interesting to watch because you could choose sides. Yeah, stuff like this, man. I can even read you some of the stuff that I wrote down on my list. Remember I told you I want to make a list of 100 things to improve? Let me open it up. Let's see if there is something interesting there. Let's take a look. Formula Feldman. Oh yeah, just like I told you, number 1 was make sure the whole head is inside the frame. Put a profile photo where you can clearly see my face. I think you told me that. Pay attention when you make the cuts. Do not cut in the middle of the work, in the middle of the word, because it makes it look cheap. I used to do that in the beginning. Some other stuff. When you do B-roll, make sure you use way more videos and GIFs instead of images, because people love videos and GIFs instead of just static images. That's for sure. That's an important one. Make sure you choose a good and fitting music. Create a script at least a week in advance. Never did that actually. Speak slower and calmer, like in the flag video. It was my first video that passed over 100 views. And I think you also told me to do that, but I don't know. I just didn't. I just kept on talking fast and somehow it generated views. I would actually give this as a tip. Make a list. Every video you make, look at this and be objective. Be objective and really have a passion to improve. I'm telling you, Edward, it's hard. It's hard to want to improve from video to video when you don't like making content. And that's the thing. Maybe I'm not a huge fan of Formula One, but I'm a huge fan of making content. I'm a huge fan of this whole process. You know, I'm just having so much fun doing it. I can't imagine myself wanting to do anything else in the future, at least not right now. You know, I'm waking up every morning. I'm waiting to come here to do this content about this niche that I don't really like that much, but I still want to do it. You know what I mean? And it's awesome. It's just awesome. Focus on improving all the time. And then you will have all the answers. Really, you will just have all the answers. Try to always be better. That's it.
Vova, where can everybody find you?
Right now, they can find me on TikTok. They can check out my handle, Formula Feldman. Instagram, it's also Formula Feldman. And on my YouTube channel, Formula Feldman as well. Or in Warsaw.
Vova, thank you so much for coming on. If anybody else wants to come on, you can go to edwardsturm.com, go to the footer, and you will see Get On under my podcast. It's in the footer, and there's a submission form there. Vova, thank you so much again for sharing everything with everybody and everyone who's watching or everyone who's listening. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you again. Tomorrow I have a great episode of some really spicy stuff. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.